Oh, yes. I was reading this document that the original 13 states had written up before there was a constitution. Yes. Now it says full faith and credit shall be given each of these states to the records, acts, and judicial proceedings of the courts and magistrates of every other state. Yeah. But I thought that when we had U.S. territories, there was an obligation to enforce the records, acts, and judicial proceedings. Yeah. Of the magistrates of all the territories. Oh, now I know I can't sue you for the Confederate States. Oh, but I could sue you for the full faith and credit of refusing to acknowledge the judicial proceedings from Guam. Now, I mentioned the two court commissioners that thought that they would reissue the protection order while I was on trial. Yes, that was issued in 2011, where I was not given any notice or opportunity to be heard, and then my record was expunged and the case was dismissed on July 11th of 2012. And for the last 6 years, you decided that I was the exception to the rule. Oh, you did not have to enforce an actual court order from the United States territory of Guam. Now, when you look at the Organic Act, yes, the Navy negotiated that during World War II. Pooch! I really had to look at the Navy last night. It could be that the Navy wants to consider some fasting themselves. I mean, you're on an aircraft carrier, right? You're on one of these Navy bases and you're in the family and you didn't want to get rid of your lizard. You know what would be easy is you just take 4 or 5 days to yourself and the Navy helps you drink water. We make sure it's not waterboarding, it's fasting, and it's for your own health. Yes, it is. Fasting has been proven to increase the not only the spiritual but the mental focus of those that understand why it's important to the human body. Yes, and you were in the top secret family. You were an admiral. Pouch! But you never missed a meal, did you? Pooch. The Navy doesn't deprive any sailor, pooch, or seaman of any meal, do they? Now, I'm thinking that there's some individuals that need to have some fasting today where you thought you'd come to find out your whole Navy career. And you refuse to enforce the Constitution. You won't enforce the records, acts, and proceedings of the Organic Act of the United States Territory of Guam. And I kept sending emails